Okay, next tutorial. This tutorial is meant to be Blade from the horror movie series Puppet Master. And now, I've not seen Puppet Master in years and years. I grew up watching them. It's been a long time since I've seen them. From what I can remember, it's pretty much a series about these little demon puppets that have been possessed that kill people. Yeah, why not? I remember it being quite a funny comedy horror type thing. I think it was meant to be more horror than comedy, but it's little puppets running around killing people. How can that not be funny and adorable at the same time? And gross, yeah. But this little guy is meant to be Blade. He's not the main character, I suppose he kind of is. He's in more of the posters for the movie and stuff like that, so he's on more covers than the other puppets, I think, so yeah, he's kind of the main guy. He's pretty cute looking, but nonetheless evil. And as always, this look has been requested many times in the past, so I'll flash on screen now the first few people that requested this. Obviously I can't shout out everyone's names because this video would go on for hours and hours and hours, so yeah, here are the first few people. And the very first person that requested it a very long time ago, but it was Ian Bain, if I'm pronouncing that right. I'll pop your name there, so thank you so much. But thank you everyone that requested it, but you were the first person. So yeah, there's not much else to say about this look really, other than if you'd like to learn how to recreate it, stay tuned. So the first things I'm going to do is block out both my eyebrows, and I'm also going to be applying a plain latex ball cap. Now you don't have to do this, but I mean the reason I'm doing it is because Blade's hair starts back here, and I kind of want the sides as bald as possible. Plus he doesn't have any ears because I think it's this kind of skull type thing. So yeah, so I'm going to cover my ears as well. If you'd like to do that, and if you'd like to learn how to block out your eyebrows as well, I'll pop links here and here to the tutorials I've done previous to this to teach you guys how to do that, just so I can make this video a little bit shorter. So yes, I'm going to do all that and get back to you. So there we go, so I've applied my ball cap, blocked out my eyebrows, and I've gone around the edge of my cap with about 3 to 4 layers of liquid latex just to blend the edge in. I've also gone over my forehead as well, which you don't have to do. I just did that because seeing as latex is going to be in the general area anyway, and I want to cover my eyebrows, I thought I might as well go over that as well just to make them really disappear. So yeah, now I've done that, I'm going to take some Snazaroo Clown White and I'm going to apply that all over my face, my neck and my bald cap. So there we go, so I've applied it all over my face and my neck and I've blended it all in with a kabuki brush. That's a brilliant thing about using cream like white or any cream colour, you can blend it really well, just so there's no patchiness. I've left my eyes clear because I'm going to be applying black over that, so I want them to look as dark as possible, so I don't want the white to taint it. So then I'm going to take some Ben Nye setting powder in super white and I'm just going to press that all over where I applied the cream just to set it and make it look that much more white. So then I can start work on the shading in the eyes and yeah, the facial detail. So I'm going to take a Grimas black cream in 101 and I'm going to use this for most of the face, I think, to be honest, most of the blending, and yeah. So I'm going to start on the eyes and then work my way outwards. So I'm just going to do the generic skull shape eye sockets that he has. So as you can see, I mean the reason I've used a cream is just because it goes really dark and it makes it look that much more sunken in. It's great for illusion work, this kind of stuff. So then I'm going to neaten this up later, but now I've got the general shape I can work on where the contouring is going to go, because this guy's got a really prominent forehead and so he's got really strong shadows here, and he's got really triangular cheekbones, so they're going to be quite pointy, and I'm going to do all this with cream basically. But first now, or secondly rather, I'm going to draw on the mouth. So I'm just going to do a really straightforward grin and then we can work on the shading around it afterwards. So I'm working on the bulk standard shapes first, just so I can get the fine detailing to kind of make sense, because otherwise things will be out of proportion. So it's actually kind of looking like my Jack Skellington makeup at this point. So yeah, so now I've got the bulk standard grin. I know exactly where I'm going to draw the cheekbones, so I'm going to start tracing on the shapes that I want for the contouring around the cheek. So I'll quickly time lapse through this, just so I can show you where I'm going to go, and then I'll blend it. So if you just forget about these two lines here for a second, I just did that so I could see exactly where I'm going to draw downwards, because these cheeks, the highest point is exactly where the eye ends, or just about a centimetre away from where the eye ends, and you've got these 2 points here. So then I'm going to take the black cream and I'm just going to start colouring in the middle areas here and pull it downwards. So I want it to eventually stop about there, so I don't want it to get the shading to go too far past that point, but I need it to be more concentrated here and then lighter as it goes down, just to give the illusion that this whole area up here is more prominent. Okie dokie, so I've made this quite harsh because otherwise this look is just going to be a plain white face. It's going to look very Jack Skellington, so I'm going to do the whole thing very angular and very harsh, just so these sharp angles really do stand out. It's up to you guys how you do it. I mean, you could, after you finish all of this, you could powder it all with some translucent powder or some white powder just to really dull everything up, but as I said, I want this to be as like stylized and pointy as I possibly can get it, so yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So I shaded the sides here. I didn't go up any further because I'm going to do that bit in a minute. But yeah, so the idea is to make it darker as it fades out and to have the edge quite crisp. That way it makes this area here look like it's more protruding more, and yeah, it makes it look like that's the exact ridge where it fades out. It looks like it's more raised. So then I'm going to work on the lip shape. So he's got a very, very sharp, very big, long lip and very sharp Cupid's bow. So I'm going to draw the shape on and then blend it downwards so it looks like the lips protruding and the shadow is falling over the lips. So I'll trace the shape on and then I'll show you where I've gone so I can show you afterwards where to shade it. So a very strong, long, stretched out lip. Yeah, so for the top lip, I'm just going to blend this colour downwards towards this sharp line that I've got coming out here, and the bottom lip I'm going to blend downwards, so it looks like the bottom lip is protruding and the shadow's underneath, and the top lip's protruding and the shadow's underneath that. So I kind of just skipped a bit there. I also went along my bottom lip just to join in with the shape that I've got here. So when I've got my mouth closed, it looks like his mouth's ever so slightly open. Then I'm going to continue these lines up onto the forehead. So I won't be doing anything above here really because I'm going to be putting my hat on and my wig behind it. But what I'm going to do is, as I did here, I'm going to trace the shape on, which is going to be up here, along the temples and then around the eyes and also down the sides of the nose, just to make things look a lot angular and more prominent. So I'll draw the shapes on and then blend it afterwards so I can show you where I've gone. So roughly that's the shape. So I'm going to blend all this colour downwards and leaving the inner area here completely clean. This colour here, it's going to be blended out just as I've done here, so I'm going to extend all this colour outwards until it tapers off. Same here, just going to blend this down and inwards. Then I can do the same for the nose. I've just drawn two little spikes from my nostrils just to draw the nose up at the end. So then I'm just going to blend all this black outwards and then leave this whole area in the middle and the sides completely clear of any colour, aside from the white obviously, just so it looks like the nose is pointed upwards a little bit. Then I'm just going to shade his little bum chin that he has, so I'm just going to do a little triangle shape just about there, and then I can blend that colour downwards. I've also just brought up the shading here, so it's kind of like a W. Yeah, just so it makes it look like the chin's further out than it is here. Yeah. Then I'm going to line the waterline of both my eyes with a Meybelline ink pot. This is their Eyestudio Lasting Drama Gel Eyeliner. So I'm just going to apply that in waterline just to make the eyes really, really deep into the socket of the eye when I put my contacts in. Hopefully it'll just like they're popping out. That's the theory anyway. So now the obvious thing that's missing is, apart from the hat and the costume and the eyes, is the hair. So he does have a small amount of hair. So what I've got is, I've took some white crepe hair and I've straightened it with some steam. So I'm going to take the crepe hair, I'm going to snip the face off, so I've got a nice blunt edge to work with, and just pull it out a little bit. I think I'll work with something smaller, there we are. It doesn't matter how long it is for now because I can cut it off at the end after I've applied it, because he's got a very, very blunt haircut going around, hasn't he? So the idea is to take some Spirit Gum or Pro Stick or any adhesive, and I'm going to apply it about where just above where my ear is under my ball cap, about there, and I'm going to apply that, push it down, and then work in kind of like a one weft around. I'm not like I usually lay hair in like a brick pattern, but as this is very, very cartoony and he's a puppet, isn't he? So I'm just going to have it like one string going around. Yeah, so I'm going to stick that down all the way around the back of my head. You might have to get help if you're going to apply it on the back of your head. Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to stick it all the way around and try and make sure it's even, and then cut it, and we'll see what we've got. So there we are. So I'm not going to bother making it look too neat. I want it to kind of look ratty and synthetic. So yeah, if it looked too real, then I don't really think it would be able to sell puppet. So yeah, that makes sense in my head. So There we are. So once I've done that, I'm going to pop in my contact lenses, my costume, and we'll see what we've got. And there we go. So I finished the look off by popping in 2 sclera lenses, which I got from eyesbright.com. The reason I chose these lenses and not the blackout lenses is because it's been a long time since I've seen this film, but from what I remember, I think the first film is he's got these little knives that shoot out of his eyes, like little daggers, and when he does that, it's got these little reflective circles in the middle, and he looks like this. I don't know, I just think it looks cooler. Popped on my hat and my coat, and the look's complete. And I also popped on 2 black gloves. Now, I don't think he has hands in the film. I think he actually has a hook and a knife for hands. But as I can't really hide my hands, I'm going to make do with this. Sorry about the crudeness of this. I literally decided I wanted to do this look about half an hour before I started doing the makeup. So I quickly bent some coat hangers around to make a hook and spray painted it silver. I hope that's okay. So yeah, that's my blade tutorial. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you liked it, please make sure to know the usual. Rate, comment, subscribe, and all that jazz. And yeah, so until next time, bye.